For over 2 decades, Jun Ji Hyun has been regarded as the ultimate queen of endorsements, a face that guarantees success for any film, drama, or luxury campaign. Known for her elegance and global appeal, she has rarely been caught in controversies that could threaten her spotless career. Yet, a single line from episode 4 of the global drama Tempest has thrown her career in China into turbulence, shaking not only her public image but also her lucrative partnerships with world-class luxury brands. From a shocking line to a boycott wave. The line spoken by Jun Ji Hyun's character, "Why does China prefer war? Then nuclear bombs fall on the border area," instantly became the center of outrage on Chinese social media. To domestic viewers, it might have been just another piece of dialogue within a fictional political narrative. But to the Chinese public, it struck a raw nerve, touching on issues of national pride, regional conflicts, and sensitive geopolitical tensions. In an era of intensifying US-China rivalry, any negative portrayal of China on a global platform is easily interpreted as a deliberate insult. Within days, hashtags about Tempest and Jun Ji Hyun trended on Weibo, sparking calls for a boycott. The outrage quickly spread beyond the drama itself, targeting Jun Ji Hyun as a public figure who also represents several global luxury brands. Luxury brands, quietly pulling away. On September 22, China's Global Times reported, public opinion pressure in China has rapidly shifted into the business sphere. Global brands represented by Jun Ji Hyun are distancing themselves to avoid fallout. Accordingly, Louis Vuitton, La Mer, and Piaget, giants in fashion, beauty, and luxury watches, removed all advertisements and promotional materials featuring the actress. This silent retreat signaled a clear business choice. In the face of potential backlash from Chinese consumers, no celebrity endorsement is worth the risk of losing billions in market revenue. Historically, the Chinese market has been a minefield for global companies. Brands have repeatedly faced consumer fury for ads deemed offensive or culturally insensitive. By swiftly erasing Jun Ji Hyun's image, these companies demonstrated the harsh reality of brand survival in China: better to sacrifice a star than jeopardize the bottom line. When artists become hostages of geopolitics, Jun Ji Hyun's crisis goes far beyond a personal image problem. It underscores how Asian celebrities, especially Korean stars, are increasingly caught in the crossfire of global politics and commerce. Tempest is a project backed by an international OTT platform, designed for a worldwide audience. While its narrative is fictional, the boundary between art and reality is dangerously thin. To many in China, elements like the portrayal of Dalian using Hong Kong slums and dark filters, or villains speaking Mandarin, were not creative choices but intentional attempts to tarnish China's image. In such cases, the lead actress naturally becomes the focal point of outrage, even though she has no control over the script. The thin line between art and commerce. The bigger question remains, should an actor bear full responsibility for the content of a film or series? In the entertainment industry, actors are merely one link in a massive chain. Scripts, storylines, and production decisions are driven by writers, directors, and investors. Yet to the public, especially in China, actors are the face of a project, and by extension, the face of the brands they endorse. A single line, a fleeting scene, or even a minor detail can trigger public anger. Luxury brands, with their eyes firmly on market profit, see no choice but to cut ties when controversy strikes. A lesson for Hallyu in China. Jun Ji Hyun's case serves as a stark warning for the Korean wave, Hallyu, in China. After years of restrictions due to political tensions, Korean stars have slowly begun re-entering the market via international platforms. But the Tempest controversy proves just how fragile that re-entry is. One scene is enough to derail years of effort. On a deeper level, the crisis illustrates how Korean stars are no longer just cultural icons but sensitive touchpoints in the broader US-China rivalry. Their roles in global projects can easily ignite diplomatic controversies, with the immediate consequence being the collapse of brand partnerships in one of the world's most lucrative markets. Conclusion: a line is never just a line. Jun Ji Hyun's ordeal shows that in today's globalized era, a single line of dialogue can become a political flashpoint, an artistic scene can be perceived as a national insult, and a star can lose millions in endorsements overnight. For Jun Ji Hyun, this may not mark the end of her career, but it is undoubtedly a storm that forces her, and many other Korean celebrities, to tread more carefully on the global stage. For audiences, the controversy is a stark reminder: art is never truly separate from politics and commerce, especially when it touches a nation as sensitive as China. The seemingly unshakable career of South Korean superstar Jun Ji Hyun has entered stormy waters after her new global OTT drama Tempest triggered anger in China. What began as a single controversial line of dialogue has quickly escalated into a commercial fallout, with major luxury brands pulling their ties to the actress. From screen to scandal. The controversy erupted in episode 4 of Tempest, when Jun Ji Hyun's character delivered the line, "Why does China prefer war?" Then nuclear bombs fall on the border area. What may have been intended as a piece of fictional political dialogue instead became a cultural flashpoint. On Chinese social media, the clip went viral, sparking widespread outrage and calls for boycott. Chinese audiences accused the series of deliberately smearing their country. The anger was not confined to a single line. Viewers highlighted additional scenes such as Dalian being depicted using a Hong Kong slum with dark filters, villains speaking Mandarin, and a shot of a luxury carpet being trampled. For critics, these creative choices reinforced the perception of intentional negativity. Business backlash. The uproar quickly spilled into the commercial arena. According to a September 22 report by Global Times, public opinion pressure in China has shifted into the business sphere. Global luxury houses, wary of the backlash, have quietly moved to distance themselves from Jun Ji Hyun. Louis Vuitton, La Mer, and Piaget, brands that had long leveraged her global star power, removed advertisements and promotional materials featuring the actress. For companies that rely heavily on Chinese consumers, such decisions are less about artistic integrity and more about market survival. China represents one of the most lucrative luxury markets in the world, accounting for nearly a third of global sales. In this context, no star, no matter how prestigious, is worth jeopardizing billion-dollar revenues. A broader reflection. Jun Ji Hyun's predicament highlights a broader reality. In today's globalized entertainment landscape, actors are no longer just performers. They are symbols, commercial assets, and political touchpoints. In cross-border projects like Tempest, the line between fiction and political commentary blurs easily, especially when viewed through the lens of national sensitivity. For Korean stars, the stakes are particularly high. After years of strained China-Korea relations, the Hallyu wave has cautiously re-entered the Chinese market through global platforms. Yet this incident shows how fragile that progress is. One misinterpreted line can trigger a cultural and commercial backlash that ripples across industries. Conclusion. The fallout from Tempest is more than a personal crisis for Jun Ji Hyun. It is a case study of how entertainment, commerce, and geopolitics now intersect in unpredictable ways. A line of dialogue is no longer just a line, it can become a diplomatic flashpoint, capable of reshaping careers and shifting brand strategies overnight. For Jun Ji Hyun, the storm may eventually pass, but the message to global entertainers and brands is clear: in an age of hyper-connected audiences and heightened political sensitivities, every word and image carries weight far beyond the screen.